Hi friends, welcome to my channel SG10. Now let us continue chapter 4. New friends. Someone called a policeman. Oliver was bundled off to the nearest police station and Mr. Brownlow followed. Curiously, he seemed to regret the whole business and said so when Oliver was taken before the magistrate. Mr. Fang, "This boy is not a thief, sir. I am sure of it," Mr. Brownlow protested. "Please deal kindly with him. Besides, I believe he is ill." Oliver did indeed look very unwell. All of a sudden, he fell to the ground in a faint. Just then, an elderly man came rushing into the courtroom. "Stop! Stop!" he cried. "Who are you?" Mr. Fang demanded crossly. "I keep the bookstall in the passageway," the newcomer explained. "The robbery was committed by another boy, not this poor young fellow." He pointed to Oliver, still unconscious on the floor. Mr. Fang frowned and started grumbling about people wasting his time. He could do nothing except to dismiss the charge against Oliver. Oliver was thrown onto the pavement outside the courtroom, where he was soon found by Mr. Brownlow. "Dear me, how pale he is, and he is shivering. He has a fever. I will be bound." Mr. Brownlow bent down beside Oliver, regarding him anxiously. "Call a coach, somebody, directly." The next thing Oliver knew was that he was in bed in a quiet, shady room. "What place is this?" he murmured. A plump, motherly-looking old lady appeared beside the bed. There was a sweet, loving expression on her face. "Hush, dear," she said softly. "You must stay quiet now, or you will be ill again." The lady's name was Mrs. Bedwin, and she was Mr. Brownlow's housekeeper. For several more days, she looked after Oliver and saw to his every need, until at last he was well enough to be visited by Mr. Brownlow. "And how do you feel now, dear boy?" the old gentleman wanted to know. "Oh, much better, sir, and very happy. Very grateful indeed for all your goodness to me." As Oliver spoke, Mr. Brownlow kept staring at him. This poor, neglected waif reminded him of someone. But whom? Then the answer came to him. "Of course, the portrait." Mr. Brownlow looked up at the picture hanging on the wall just above Oliver's head. It showed a pretty young lady. Mr. Brownlow glanced at Oliver and gave a start. "Mrs. Bedwin?" he gasped. "Don't you see? This boy, his eyes, his mouth, his expression, his whole face is the same as the face in the picture." That is all in chapter 4. Chapter 5 will continue in the next video. Thank you.